Hurry up.
Now.
3, 2, 1, go. Woo-wee. Look at that. E-hit. E-hit. Oh, E-hit. Oh, E-hit. Oh, E-hit. Oh, E-hit. Oh, E-hit. Oh, E-hit.
3, 2, 1, drop.
Racers ready.
Here, listen.
Start your engine. 3, 2, 1, go. Go. All right.
3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2. Oh, yeah! All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Stay down. Oh my God.
Uno,
Stay down.
dos.
Got it. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There you go.
Oh, I can't catch it. All right, there you go. What's up, guys? It's your boy Cielshock from CTUSA Mini4wd Drive Racing Squad, and I'm a teacher here in Noobworx. And before I start my video, I want to say shout out to my team, Band Royalty. If you guys are interested with any Band Royalty apparel, I have the link at the description below. And also shout out Yo Clothing. If you guys are interested with 90s theme clothing and apparel and streetwear, Yo Clothing, I have the link at the description below. Alright guys, so if you've seen the clip of this car, this is my Super FM chassis, hammer damper, speedtech racers of the Philippines, SRP build, Guese. Alright, so you've seen the clip, and I'm pretty happy about this build, so we're gonna break down and gonna feature this build. Alright, so as you can see, it's a rear hammer damper. Rear hammer damper is not my traditional build. If you, the people that followed me for a while already, I'm usually using a rear hammer, a rear body damper system, or a front body damper system, or side damper system with my tune class build. But this one is a rear hammer damper build, typically called SRP build, or speedtech racers of the Philippines build. All right, so let's start with the hammer damper. As I remove this, these are the stabilizer ball caps. It's 15385. You guys must be wondering, because I usually use aluminum lock nuts, but these ones are ball caps, because the point of this build is to be heavy as much as possible. Because this build that originated from Philippines, this build supposed to be really heavy with a powerful motor, because back in the days, the racetrack in the Philippines, or the track layouts, are meant to be short, not too long, and it's supposed to be like a torquey build for those track layouts. Alright, so let's continue. This is the stabilizer ball caps 15385. It's a set, and then I took the white one for color matching, but I used the plastic caps for more weight. Alright, next would be the AO1002 metal bearing set 94381. Again, metal bearing set 94381. So this one holds up our hammer damper system from flopping. So we got 1, 2, 3, and we have 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6, 2 on top, and then 2 in the bottom, and also another 2 on top of the carbon plates. And we have springs. It's the sliding damper spring set AO1034, item number 10305. Again, AO1034, item number 10305. And these are the hard springs. All right, hard sliding damper spring set. All right, so it comes up with a package with a soft spring, and then I took the hard ones because I want more rebound, because this is a lot of weight. So that's why it's a hard spring. But again, also let me remind you guys, there are different kinds of speedtech racers of the Philippines, or SRP setup. This is just one of them. And also, I put a little bit of my style on this build. This is not purely the original SRP setup. This is one of that I researched about, and then I learned it, and I try to make it better and put a little bit of my style. So this is not purely a speedtech racers of the Philippines build, because in a mini 4-wheel drive build, you are free to make your own. So I try to explore it, and I try to make it adjustable as I can to the track layouts over here. So you guys must be wondering, I have a different, it's not like super identical to SRP racers, if you are a SRP racer watching my video. All right, so let's go to the carbon reinforcing plates, which is the body hammer, rear hammer damper system. This is called the rear hammer damper system because it's hammers. All right, in the Philippines they call it the lantern, but here we call it the rear hammer damper system. It's this is the carbon plates. There's 4 of them that I used. It's item number 94845. I used 4 because I want it to be a little bit more heavier, because I'm using carbon and that's light to begin with, but it's already durable and strong enough to be a lantern or a hammer damper system. But I doubled it up, put some glue and doubled it up just to make it heavier and sturdier. Item number 94845, carbon reinforcing plates. All right, across this is an FRP mount, which is a fiber reinforcing plate 15150. Again, it's item number 15150, FRP mount plate set. That's called, FRP stands for fiber reinforcing plate 15150 across it, because that's the one that will hold our damper set right here. All right, across it, as you can see, it's a FRP because there's no carbon version of this. So this goes across here on the mini 4-wheel drive, the actual body shell. It hammers like that. All right, so underneath it is some brakes. Some people use black brakes, green, or whatever they use. I use blue because I got extra blue and it matches the color. Nothing special. All right, so moving on, we have the mass damper set. This is the heaviest mass damper set, 95340. Again, item number 95340, mass damper set heavy. All right, these are black. These are black because just for color matching. You can use any mass damper set as long as it is heavy, and it depends on your setting. This is not a default setting, so you can do whatever, but for my setup, I want it to be as heavy as I can, because I will use a strong motor. It depends on the track situation, obviously, but I use the mass damper set heavy 95340. Again, that's 95340, mass damper set heavy. All right, so across this is just a scrap. You can use even the popsicles or whatever scrap that you have. This is the one that I use because it just happened that I have an odd scrap with my other carbon stays. It's the carbon front stay fully cowled 95253. Again, it's item number 95253, carbon front stay for fully cowled mini 4-wheel drive. It's a 20th anniversary edition right there. So across it, to make it more sturdy, and this is very sturdy enough because it's all carbon and it's all like locked with lock nuts. All right, so that's your rear hammer damper. Your hammer damper is composed with a carbon reinforcing plate, FRP mount plate set, mass damper set heavy, carbon front stay fully cowled, stabilizer ball caps, metal bearing set, and sliding damper spring set. All right, so that's the hammer damper. Why do we use hammer damper? This one stabilizes the car, absorbs the shock when it's the dampener. When the car lands, it hammers the body shell like that. All right, that's what a hammer damper is. All right, moving on, we are going to, oh, actually, you guys must be wondering about this actual chassis and the body shell. So the body shell, or actually the kit that I get this car, is a Stratavector Lils Hobby Center limited edition item number 95352. Again, it's Stratavector Lils Hobby Center limited edition 92352. All right, so it's a Stratavector, and I did some modification to it. I cut the bumper, like trim it a little bit so I can put the bumper like this, because it will be hitting the bumper. It basically just doesn't fit. And then I remove like the wheel guards over here, because when you buy a Stratavector, there's supposed to be a wheel guard over here. And that's pretty much it. It's perfect. It's clear blue. I love the color. And also Super FM chassis. Super FM chassis, I didn't use carbon Super FM chassis because for me carbon is too heavy, and the Super FM chassis white is already enough for me. And I like a little twist because it's durable. I have nothing against with the carbon Super FM chassis. I just love the white chassis, and I want it to be a little bit lighter. So again, that's Stratavector Lils Hobby Center limited edition 92352. Why did I use FM chassis? Because FM chassis for SpeedTech racers of the Philippines setup, the motor is up front already, and then you have the hammer damper system right in the back. It balances the car. What you call this? It balances the car's pitch through slopes, tabletops, and cut bridge and lane changers and all that fun stuff on the racetrack, because the motor is up front already. All right, so moving on, let's talk about the front bumper. We have the carbon front stay, which is the 95253 again. It is the fully cowled front stay. All right, traditionally, the SRP setup usually use just a mount plate like this. But I did use this because the track layout here in United States is usually a lot of cornerings and a lot of straights too, and sometimes it's not torquey, so I can be able to adjust through track situations, and I want it to be wide. But originally, a SpeedTech racer of the Philippines setup, which is SRP as they called, it should be a mount plate, so that it should be going inwards. The build, as you can see, this is a mount plate. Then they will put a 13mm roller up front on a 19mm slot. I can also do that by cutting the sides right here, but I didn't do so because I want it to be wide. So as I've said earlier, this is one of my, I put some of my style on my own decision making when building this, but I made SRP hammer damper system as a guide. So I use the carbon front stay for fully cowled item number 95253, which I used over here. It's pretty much the same. Then that's the fully cowled, so it would be wide. Next would be underneath right here. It's the FRP mount plate 15150. Again, the one that we used over here. It acts like a brake plate right there. Eventually I'm gonna cut this extended part because I learned the hard way. It gets getting caught when it jumps. But some people does, some people don't. But me personally, I think I'm gonna cut it. And I've seen a lot of builds that they cut this extended part of the mount plate where they put the brakes. All right. Again, that's item number 15150, FRP mount plate. Next would be the high-grade carbon rear plate. All right, the high-grade carbon rear plate, I cut it and made it as a reinforcement. Because FM chassis, if you notice, especially if it's not a carbon FM chassis, it's not as sturdy and it goes to negative angle. and that helps as a support. I cut the sides of the high-grade carbon rear plate, 15499. Again, it's item number 15499, and then put it right here where I put the stabilizers, so you can see, and it holds up over there. It's pretty much stopping the plate from doing some negative angle right there. So you can do any reinforcements. Some people use different mount plates. As long as you have a reinforcement over there, you should be good, because this, especially this is a white chassis, so it's not as durable as the carbon ones. That's why you really need to reinforce that part. All right, again, that's item number 15499, high grade carbon rear plate. All right, next would be the mass damper set black right here up front. These are quite heavy. Item number 95236. Again, item number 95236. That's your front dampers over there to balance your car out. As I have told you guys, this build is very heavy. Again, item number 95236, mass damper set black. Right there. Some people call it the patty or a burger. They call it the burger dampers, which is funny. All right. Next part will be the 13mm diameter guide rollers, ball bearings, and it comes with the 6 pieces. I only took 2. It is a kind of old school part. This is really nice. And it's item number 94713. Again, item number 94713. 13mm dia guide rollers, ball bearings. They're actually bearing rollers right there. They're like literally bearings. And why did I use this? Some people just use the ringless ball bearings, but I want this because I want to add weight, and this bites more at the lane changer, because usually on SRP track layout in the Philippines, they have those traditional lane changer, and this adds more grip when you approach the lane changer. As you can see, the contact surface is very, very thick. That means it grips the track wall more. Again, item number 94713, 13mm diameter guide rollers, ball bearings. All right. Next would be the stabilizers. All right, if you guys are wondering what are these are from a reinforced rear double roller stay 3-point attachment white 95381. And these are actually rollers, but they're not moving right now because they act like stabilizers. All right, you can use whatever stabilizer that you want to use. It just happened that I like using this one because it color matched. 2, it's already reinforced, so it's durable enough and it looks good. So that's why I use those. Those are the reinforcing double roller stay white 3-point attachment 95381. So I use those as stabilizers. All right, so these are ball caps too, white ball caps, same as these, the one that I use for the hammer damper system. It's a stabilizer ball caps 15385. Again, it's item number 15385. As again, instead of using lock nuts, I use this to make it more heavier, and you know it's not gonna be SRP if it's not ball caps, because they love ball caps. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the rear bumper right here. Carbon reinforced rear double roller stay, obviously. It's carbon, the black one right here. As you can see, it's carbon. The ones that's attached over here, it does have to be carbon, because in SRP rules, but here, not here in States, the SRP rules, you're not allowed to make new holes. As you can see, this car have no cuts on the chassis. Wow, that's one of the fewest builds that Shell doesn't cut the chassis, even though it's not Toon class build. All right, so this is a carbon reinforced double roller stay. You really need to use a carbon one, or at least a reinforced one. It's item number 15412. Again, item number 15412, carbon reinforced rear double roller stay 3-point attachment. All right, there's only one attachment point right here. All right, in actual Jacob rules or US rules for open class, I can actually drill a hole over there to make it sturdier right there. A lot of people are doing that, especially US racers that are using the hammer damper system. They drill the mount over there, but not me, because I want it to be as Philippine setup as much as possible. So that's the carbon reinforced. I use the carbon reinforced. Even though I want to use black, I use the carbon still to make it really sturdy. And this one on top right here, it goes up here. You don't have to use this. If you want to use a carbon one, it's fine. I just want to be color match. That's why I use the white one. This is the reinforced rear double roller steer white. This is where we get our stabilizer with this pack. Again, it's item number 95381. Item number 95381, reinforced rear double rollers. Stay 3PT white. So we took this top part that go attached with the carbon one. So that one is carbon. This one is a reinforced one. All right. Next part would be the FRP wide front plate for fully cowed right here as an underguard. All right. So usually the hammer damper system build or SRP build doesn't have an underguard. And because they don't like to cut as much as possible, I didn't cut my underguard. I just countersunk it and I used an FRP because for me, FRP is good enough to be an underguard, especially if I didn't trim this underguard. It is attached over there if you guys are wondering, for newbies over there. All right. Underguard, it acts like a guard when the car jumps on the track layout, and it would be like this. It goes like this. There you go. It doesn't get caught. But I know a lot of SRP builds, they don't care about that. They don't use a lot of underguard, but I do use underguard because I'm paranoid. All right, so I use the FRP wide front plate for fully cowled. It's item number 15472. Again, it's item 15472. This is a fiber reinforced plate only right here as an underguard. All right, moving on to that is we used a 19mm aluminum ball race rollers aero spoke type 15160. Again, 15160, and these are those. Yep, there you go. 19mm at the rear, double for stability. As you can see, that's for stability. And I have an O-ring for it. This one is actually in the SRP rules. You can actually release your O-rings, which is very interesting because you are not allowed to remove, I guess change your batteries if you're racing there. I only raced once there. And they release the O-rings because the battery is already low because they use a lot of Ultra Dash over there. And any kind of motor is allowed. So again, that's 19mm aluminum bull race rollers aero spoke. Why did I use this? So I got more stability, and if I have to adjust because I'm using a powerful motor on this build, I can put an O-ring. All right. And the O-ring set that I use for 19 and 17mm rollers blue, again, item number 15189. Again, item number 15189. O-ring set for 17 and 19mm rollers blue. Why I'm using blue? Because it matches. And some people told me there are different ratios. I mean, different, what do you call this? Gripness. Different range of grip of this O-rings. I don't really know exactly how does it go, but I like this blue and it works for me. As you've seen the video, it works for me. All right, so that is item number 15189. Next would be at the rear. This plate, this is the carbon reinforcing plate. Again, another carbon reinforcing plate at the rear. Item number 94845. This acts like our brake set. All right, this acts like our brake. And as you can see, you guys must be wondering, it's not a long tail brake setup. Because SRP is not supposed to jump long. It's supposed to jump short and low. Very short. Actually, it's not just short. It's very short and low and heavy and torquey. That's the main point of building this hammer damper system. So it's not a long tail setup. It's actually a short tail setup, as if you call it a short tail setup, with a carbon reinforced plate 94845. So that's about it with the rear bumper. All right, moving on to this build, we're talking about the wheels and transmission. All right, so these are Carbon T37 or black wheels. These are from the Slash Reaper Clear Orange Special Edition from VS Chassis. So this is where it's from. And the reason why these are the wheels that we used is, as I've said earlier, the build have to be torquey as much as possible. It's item number 95219. Again, it's item number 95219. Slash Reaper Clear Orange Special Edition from VS Chassis. And yeah, as I've said, it needs to be torquey as much as possible. So it's narrow up front. So you can see right here, it's a narrow up front. And it's wide right here. So it does have that grip because it needs to be torquey as much as possible, and this car, it will zoom or like fly or accelerate like crazy on straights. And in cornering, it needs that more torque as much as possible because technically or basically the original SRP build is in the inner, the rollers are inner, so it's hugging the track wall, but my build is wide because the 13mm rollers is in the 13mm slot, but I still want it to be torquey as much as possible. All right, again, item number 95219. All right, for the bearings, we used AO 620s as usual. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 AO 620s. For me, those are the best bearings if you're talking about durability and it lasts longer, but I'm not saying you can use other bearings, but this is, for me, is the best on my build, especially on an SRP build, because it does use a lot of powerful motors. All right, let's go inside build. All right, so you can see it's equipped with a hollow propeller shaft. Right there, it's a 2mm hollow propeller shaft for Type 5 or Super FM chassis. Right here, that's the hollow propeller shaft. Cool. All right, item number is 15206. All right, hollow propeller shaft because it's lighter but still durable. And it does have those purple pinion gears. And if you use the hollow propeller shaft, it's not those white pinions that can rub. All right. And this propeller shaft is actually modified. I modified this propeller shaft. This is one thing that you need to remember for FM. This is actually modified so it doesn't move. So it doesn't move as much, because if its transmission is loose, your transmission can be lower, and I reinforce it with glue. So I basically removed that, glue it. There's an actual video about it that Matrixx did. Shout out Matrixx, the founder of Noobworx. Shout out. All right, so that's the hollow propeller shaft for Super FM and Type 5 chassis. Item number, where's the item number? Item number 15206. Again, item number 15206. All right. Next would be the tires. Actually, I forgot to mention about the tires because I mentioned the wheels earlier. The tires are offset tread tires 15376. Again, item number 15376. Offset tread tires. They're slick. There are slick offset tread tires that were trimmed. So they were trimmed to 25mm, really thin. It's not hard tires. They're actually slick, so they're a little bit bouncy. So on this build, you're basically sacrificing the bounciness of the tires. You need the slick tire, which usually the slick tires are generally bouncy. So that bounciness is compensated by your weight of your hammer damper when it dampers the car. So when the car hits the floor from a slope, the hammer damper hits it with a very heavy damper, so it keeps it on the ground. And because the car have a lot of torque, it accelerates like crazy. And because it's slick tire, so there's a lot of grip going from the track ground or from the lower center of the gravity or the floor hitting with the slick tires. All right, item number 15376, offset tread tires, slick tires that we use trimmed to 25 millimeters. All right, next part would be the high-speed counter gear set. All right, so high-speed counter gear set, which is this. There's two of them. It's the 4-2-1 and then the 4-1 gear ratio that makes you adjust on certain track situation. As I've said, this car is built for torque. So we need a lower gear ratio, which is a 4-1 or a 4-2-1. And if you're confident enough with your motor, you can even use 5-1. All right, you can use 5-1 because this car is made to have a torque. The only downfall for this is your top speed. You're sacrificing your top speed by this kind of gear ratio, but this build is torque, like full power acceleration torque. Again, high speed counter gear set 15236. All right. Next part would be, before we forget, the aluminum spacer set. We have all the aluminum spacer set that we use right here, right there, right here. From the bake set to the body damper to the hammer damper system, to the rear rollers, front rollers, and stabilizers. It's the aluminum spacer set 15473. Again, item number 15473, aluminum spacer set silver. All right. We use aluminum because it's heavier and it's tougher, and we want the build to be heavy as much as possible. So that's why we use aluminum instead of using plastic. All right, so this build is the opposite of my previous builds. All right, the pinion gear that we use is the A.A. 94577 8-teeth plastic pinion gear right here, and it's the same pinion gear that we have on the hollow propeller shaft. Oh, fun fact. All right, so again, that's item number 94577 A.A. 8-teeth plastic pinion gear set. And it comes with 10 pieces. All right. Last but not the least, the motor that we're using is a Power Dash motor 15371. All right. So you guys must be wondering, why did I use other motors on the races? So those clips that are actually won second place and some are first place, I adjust the motors and the gears depends on the track situation, and it depends who I'm racing with. If I think I'm fast enough. So I use Hyper Dash 2, Hyper Dash 3, Power Dash, and Sprint Dash. I even use Sprint Dash to lessen my torque, because this build is really torquey. But I usually, for a maximum speed or power, Power Dash is legal in United States. I know in the Philippines they usually use Ultra Dash because it's allowed. So it depends on your racing center, what kind of motor you're going to use. But for optimal torque, because I'm here in America and we're following official Tamiya rules, like the motor that I can use with an optimal torque or power is Power Dash motor, which is item number 15371. Again, item number 15371, Power Dash motor. But if I can use Ultra Dash, I would use Ultra Dash. All right, this is just the Tamiya legal one. But I can use Ultra Dash. I've tried Ultra Dash and it works on this setup. All right, so there you go. This is Guese. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna check the top speed like we usually do. All right, so before I test the top speed of this car, I just want to point out one thing. The FM chassis usually have a protruding plastic over here on this part, because back in the days when Tamiya were racing Tamiya, they use nickel cadmium batteries with shorter batteries and alkaline batteries, which are actually shorter. So they have like a excess plastic over there. That's when you put a nickel metal hydride battery will hit the battery and it actually peels off the cap right there. And I guess that's allowed to be removed. So I scraped it with a blade or a cutter or an X-Acto knife just to be not on the way and not ruining the batteries, because I ruined a lot of batteries when I didn't know that that's the plastic that's like ruining all my batteries. Because back in the days, the batteries that Tamiya actually uses are shorter, like the NiCads, the nickel metallic, the nickel cadmium batteries, and the alkaline batteries. So just remember to remove that part. All right, so before we actually test run, we are using my favorite high-speed Matrixx racing oil. If you guys are interested with high-speed racing oil, this Matrixx high-speed Matrixx oil, or the high-speed Matrixx power cleaner, I have the link at the description below. All right, so we're gonna use this. We're gonna use some few drops right there. Make sure it's in. Again, high-speed Matrixx oil. This is my alternative to Voodoo. It's cheaper. It's available in the Philippines. And I got the link at the description below. Oops. Right here. Alright. Let's test it out. This is my speed checker. Alright, and let's use my Panasonic N-Loop batteries. And let's see how fast this. Again, this is a 4:1 or a 4:2 gear ratio that I use. I'm using a power dash motor. Alright, so let's see the top speed. It's 34 kilometers per hour. Alright, so power dash, I don't have a lot of top speed, but a lot of torque. Alright. Again, this is Cielshock from CTUSA Mini 4-wheel drive racing squad, and I'm a teacher here in Noobworx. As I always say, we learn from you, you learn from us. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Always race humble. Peace.